See a gland on any animal, just go ahead and chuck it.
Yeah, I'll see.
Except the thymus gland, right?
It could be part of the lymph node system. Could be an adrenal. We don't know. I'm not a vet.
Trying to look to lean on this.
But I know you do not want to eat it.
It even sounds tempting to treat it.
Now, when we do a leg of veal, we are very cautious when we do a leg of veal, number one, because of the cost, right? But second of all, and most importantly, is that we need to take this thing apart into every single individual muscle. Okay? We cannot have 2 or 3 muscles still attached to each other like we would with beef or even pork. Okay? Veal, the veal leg, when we're making for cutlets and scallopini, has to be broken down into every single individual muscle. That's the difference. So if somewhere along the line somebody asks you why do we break down a leg of veal differently than around beef, we're not talking about the separation. We're not talking about the fact that you're split down the middle versus split in half. We're talking about the fabrication of it. When we fabricate this thing, we're taking it down as far as we can possibly take it, so that when we slice our cutlets or our scallopinis, there is no seams. There's no connective tissue. There's nothing. It's just one solid piece of tender, good meat.
That would be important to remember.
Another reason why it's so expensive is because the labor that's involved to do something like that.
The fat cover on a ham pretty much the same as leg of veal.
No, it's usually more, but once you get the fat off, it's all the same.
But when you're trimming the fat off, if you're treating a veal leg like you were cutting trimming a ham, you run the risk of accidentally cutting into the meat because something slightly different.
And when you're trimming a ham, you do a lot of that pushing that we do when we break the carcass to get that top layer of fat off. Again, you're going to take it off in layers, be extremely careful. Just like this, you see he's just peeling off what's excessive. When you get on a ham, you're going to take off that outside layer and then it's going to expose all that silver skin. So you'll get to a point where it looks like this.
Plus, they're just comparing it to it. They're not, a ham is a ham.
If you're trying to practice the breakdown.
If you're trying to practice and you want to get that, you want to layer off that ham, that fat, so you can get down inside there. Yeah, you would want to layer it off. Yes, get it out of the way. Get it to look like this before you start. Because really, your whole objective is learn how to do this. Yeah, well, there's a lot of seams here. Yeah, you wait, watch. It's going to take me about 25 minutes to do this.
I think this is the most frightening demo that I've ever had to do.
Sorry. What is this? No.
Hi.
Part of the sirloin.
That's your tri-tip right there.
Okay.
What does it look like on beef?
Looks like a loin.
What kind of loin?
Tenderloin.
Tenderloin butt. So whoever takes this piece, you'll take it as one piece, but you're going to bring it back to me as 3 pieces. There's one ear, here's another ear, and the center. Okay?
Chef, so that's kind of like the pismo?
That's the...
That's the head of the pismo.
Okay.
The rest of that pismo is on the loin,
Okay.
the short loin.
See, when he did the beef, he took that whole tenderloin out in one piece. Here, this has been cut, and it's cut because it's cut differently. You wind up with that in this piece.
Okay.
That's not the money maker.
No, it's not really, not at all. When you see when that piece is finished and we start making it into cutlets, you'll see how few cutlets you get out of that. Tender as can be, but not user friendly, not a good shape. You gotta be really good with your knife to make it look like something.
Now, if you accumulate enough of them and you've accumulated them in your freezer over time, and you want to run a lunch special on, veal medallions, you could do like a little appetizer with veal medallions or something. But as in terms of being comparable to beef, it's not.
Somebody's choking out there, huh? Probably somebody who ate my lunch.
Got a little.
Okay? Now, let's put you in perspective. Round of beef, cut off here. Each bone stays on the round of beef. Okay? The loin had the sirloin section, the big hip bone that I took out. Remember I took the big hip bone out? We had top sirloin butt. If we're now going to go, the next species that we're going to talk about is going to be pork. Not here, but right about in here, in the middle of the tail. Okay? You'll see it much better. But there's your whole pelvic bone, whole hip bone. Now we get into the real money.
Dan's dying out there. When we did the beef, we kind of followed the bone a little bit and then caught the seam. This, you have to catch the seam pretty much immediately.
Why do you have to catch the seam right away?
Because we don't want to cut into any muscles.
Yeah. And when you cut this, you'll see in grocery stores when they have like veal cutlets, you'll see like those little silver streaks. That means that they did not take the time to take this and get all that silver. Because that silver is good. Yeah.
Most of the time they don't know how.
Well, that too. Well, they couldn't if they didn't. But he's absolutely right. They don't know how. So that's the difference. Is when a butcher does this, someone who knows what they're doing, they're going to get all the silver skin out, and you're not going to have those little streaks.
Top round. Does it look familiar? Okay. Money. Big money. Top round, untrimmed, cap on. You're still looking around $8, $9 a pound.
That's a single muscle.
Nope.
Three,
Got a cap on it.
three muscles actually.
Mhm.
Right?
How many pounds do you think that is?
It's probably about 7, 8.
He's getting ready to take the cap off. It'll be less.
That's like a $70 piece of meat.
Yep.
Huge money on that work.
Here's your cap. Okay, cap also has another muscle. So we start talking about 3 muscles.
Yeah.
There you go. Now this piece here just gets cleaned up nice.
But get sharp knives, eh?
Sounds like you're scared, right?
Huh?
Sounds like you're scared.
It's precision. Inspiring.
You said you're from North Carolina. That sounds like you're from Vermont. Wicked sharp knives.
That one doesn't get go. I do that one. Sorry. Okay. Sound of money. Taking the meat off the bone.
Can you tell them how clean the bones had to be at Picaro's?
But the flies wouldn't go on them, then they were clean enough. That's how you make money.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right way to do it.
Okay. Not too much on there. How soft are veal bones? Oh. That's how soft veal bones are.
You ever need a joint replaced?
Okay. See how he's bleeding?
Yep.
It's really hard to get.
Kneecap. Okay.
So you should make it.
Is he?
No, I said to send that to him.
Oh. I thought he was here.
Just in case.
Okay.
I'm walking around this one.
Just like before, if you wouldn't eat something, don't leave it on the piece of meat.
So that guy did request those sweet bites.
Not getting that off this. We don't do a whole veal.
You do a lot of damage here if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not careful.
If that was me, I'd just be shredded.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what am I doing?
Me too.
No, you wouldn't, because you'd have someone like him over your shoulder.
Fact.
2 years.
Keep that steady.
Okay, there's the hip. That would be your top sirloin butt if it was beef.
How often do you get one of these in your shop?
I used to do every Wednesday, every Tuesday.
Every other? Or?
No, I don't hardly sell veal at all anymore. Pretty much all pork.
Market, huh?
Pork, baby.
That's it.
I am a pork store. I am a pork store. And you got a loan just for, well, no, I'm going to do that
Does
now.
everybody know what that is? Can anybody tell you what's going to be in there?
Can you identify this whole piece first?
Is it the bottom round?
It's a bottom round, yes.
Oh, this is
Eye round.
Gooseneck. Oh,
What's this muscle?
the
Bottom round, eye round, I heard it. Heel.
I wasn't sure. I don't know.
Okay, bottom round, that's okay. It's okay to be wrong, man. That's why you're here, so I can teach, so I can show you. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes, as long as you know how to fix them. Okay, it's when you stop trying to fix your mistakes is when you're in trouble. Okay, you're all going to make mistakes. If that wasn't the case, then you probably wouldn't have a job here. So, mistakes are job security. That's a joke. Failed attempt at humor. Someday I'm going to get a new joke book.
Someone's going to go home in class tonight and eBay meat jokes. And they're going to come in with a book in about a week.
Oh, I have, I think, 3 students in this class that are challenging me to identification of pork cutlets versus veal cutlets. I have 3 that swear up and down they can tell the difference.
Oh, I didn't say that. I tried the challenge.
More willing to give up on it.
But you can't tell the difference, or they swear that what?
That they can tell the difference
We're
between
going to
pork.
cook them and give it to them?
No. You never did this with me?
No.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll show you.
The wager is a bag of peanuts.
I thought you were gonna-
Peanut
I thought you were
M&Ms.
gonna be-
How do you cook on them?
You guys better just go in on the family side.
But how are they being cooked? Is it bread?
There's your
They're not cooked.
How we cook them?
centerpiece of the heel. We're not going to cook them, just raw. You can't tell the difference. Even cooked, I guarantee you won't tell the difference. I would bet you 5 to 1 M&Ms.
You better be kind to families.
Look at all that connective tissue in there. If I sat there and tried to take all that out, you get about 17 different muscles right there.
That's crazy.
Okay? So that, you know what that happens? It's right into the trim.
Just walk in the garbage.
Will you stop? Is that done yet? It's not done yet. Garbage is down there. What do you mean?
Good butcher goes through his trim twice.
That's right.
Skid right there.
No, it isn't. It's just tired of getting your hands cracked by your boss.
Did you really smack your finger?
Back of the neck.
Hope it's a dull
What are you doing? Cutting that. Boss, I thought that's what you never showed you that. He's dead. He is.
killed him.
He is. Everybody I work for is dead.
You can give him a heart attack.
Yeah, for watching me do veal. Okay. All right, now these pieces just get cleaned off at the surface. I'll explain to you later why. Okay. Now here's that big wedge of fat that Miranda pointed out to you a few minutes ago. I thought I heard that voice. No, gland. See the gland? All right. Don't let that go anywhere. Don't even let this go in your grind.
How bitter and bitter.
Awful.
Is it the same one that's on beef too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's in every four-legged animal. I mean, you know, beef, veal, lamb, pork.
Venison, moose, caribou, elk.
What is that gland like? What's the purpose? Describe it.
I don't know if it's adrenal or if it's a thymus or if it's a another kind of gland, but it's got a really, really nasty flavor, which makes me think it's some sort of filtering gland, so probably lymph node.
Eye round. Okay, eye round. Individual muscle. Eye round can be broken down any way you want to. Anywhere you want to cut this, you're still going to have one solid muscle going through there. Whoever takes this piece is going to have a very difficult time. I want you to know that this is the most difficult piece on the entire table to dedude. So whoever takes that piece, I highly recommend you have a very sharp knife. Okay, very sharp knife. This is our bottom round. Very thick, heavy piece of silver skin here, connective tissue. All right, we're going to put that right in the garbage because that will not grind. Then we get up underneath it. Pull over, do a nice pull over. If you're not careful with this piece, you can do a lot of damage on the toes. See, there's a little bit of surgeon in all of us. Now, over here on the other side, we have that same heavy silver skin, but it goes underneath here. This is a whole other separate muscle here. So we're going to take that second piece off. Right now, this is a bottom round. In a minute, it's going to be a bottom round flat.
On the beef, that was the hard one to follow the grain right there too. Was it?
Mm-hmm. See, just gonna shave it off just a little bit. Just a little bit on there.
Is there a lot of practice in drying and curing lambs, as in like any kind of lamb charcuterie, anything like that? Is there a lot?
No, there's not a lot of lamb that gets dry cured. We've done lamb prosciuttos in here.
I was going to ask.
It's
Not good?
It's okay. It's okay. Again, I don't think I would ever stand online for it. Okay, so here's your bottom round. All the bottom has to be cleaned off, completely denuded. Okay? I would say get that skin off of there, get that grandma skin off of there first.
Kill it.
Okay? See how I'm always choking up as I go along?
Yeah.
You have to do that. Okay. Bottom round. Now, we'll get into some more intricate cutting here. Okay, what you saw so far is pretty much every day. Now we're going to get into some detail. This is that top sirloin butt, or the hip section. Remember what I did with this piece? If it was beef, do you remember what I did to it?
Yep.
Wait, no, sirloin butt.
Top sirloin butt, cash cow. I broke it all down into little individual steaks, right?
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't do that.
This with this? No?
With this one here, we take the muscles apart, but it's sliced into cutlets. There's the rat piece that was on the bottom that we took off just for trim. It's still there. This is usable trim at this point. See, I'm looking for that silver skin. See it? I gotta find that silver skin. All the way through. So easy to lose it.
It's easy to lose on beef.
Much easier. Get right back on it right here. This silver skin diminishes as it gets to the end. You ever get the opportunity to work with somebody who can teach you how to do this? If they tell you to get out of bed 3 o'clock in the morning, do it. Okay? This is what separates the men from the boys. Stuff like this. So, yeah, I'll teach you how to do a leg of veal. Be here at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll be there at 2:30. Just to make sure I didn't miss it. Crazy, isn't it?
Like a surgeon.
Dissecting muscle by muscle.
You have to. You can't have any of this stuff in the cutlet. You have to take it apart. In all honesty, the leg of veal is the most difficult thing a butcher has to do. Okay. I don't know. I think Chef Schnell will probably agree with me. I can ask him if he's out there. See, it kind of diminishes here. It's to a point where you just can't see it anymore. Okay, so now what we do with this piece, whoever takes this piece back to the bench, what I tell you to do is this. Clean it at the surface only, okay, top and bottom, and then as we slice the cutlets, then we'll get down into that cluster of connective tissue.